Well, hello everyone, and how are we doing today? It is horrible outside. It's raining, it's cold, it's gray. 2 weeks ago we had 100-degree weather. Today it's 34. It's chilly. I had every intention, all the plans to do a traditional Italian wedding soup. You've all had it: the chicken broth, the veal meatballs, the pasta, the greens. Then I found out it's a lie. Italian wedding soup is a really bad translation of marriage soup. Marriage didn't mean, do you take this woman? It meant the marriage between a meat based soup and a vegetable based soup. That's it. If you go to an Italian wedding, you're never going to get served Italian wedding soup. You're going to get probably a minestrone. Simple. Some of the other things I found out is how here in North America, it's almost always done with a chicken stock. But they would never mix veal and chicken together. They use a beef broth because veal is beef. So beef and beef creates a richer soup. Then there's the mini tortellini and the spinach, and it always gets topped with that gorgeous Parmesan, which is a lie as well. They use Pecorino Romano, which is a goat milk version of Parmesan. So this soup that I've known all along, this soup that I cook almost 3 times a week for my job, is a total farce. It's close, but it's not it. So today I'm going to make the soup how I have found it to be made, with one little change. And that's just going to be I'm using Italian sausage instead of veal because veal is so expensive right now. And Italian sausage just will add that little flavor. Other than that, we're kind of sticking with tradition. So, I'm doing this video actually kind of backwards because I've already eaten the evidence. I've already eaten all the soup. So let's sort of go back in time and let's show you how to make this incredible, quick, and easy soup. Chances are it's going to take you longer to eat it than it will be to make it. So let's join ourselves in the kitchen. Hello, everyone. We are in the kitchen now. Like I said just before, this is a strange video because it's something everyone knows, but they don't know. They know what we've been told was the traditional soup. And from looking it up and, well, working primarily with Italian food, I know it's not. So we are going to make as close to the real as possible, but still keep what we know as Italian wedding soup. So, some of the things that are different that I'm doing. One is I'm just using some good Italian sausage. The reason being is veal, which is what they normally make the meatballs out of, is way too expensive. Where I am going with tradition is I'm using beef broth, not chicken stock. Chicken stock they would never use because veal, and they won't mix veal and beef. So that's one of the differences. The other difference is normally instead of Parmesan, which is what we normally would use, we're going with Pecorino Romano. The difference is it's almost identical with how it's made. You can hear Normie agreeing with me. Normie, shh. It's almost identical to how Parmesan is made, but this is made with goat's milk, not regular milk. So for those of you who are worried about lactose, you're okay. We have salt and pepper, and then we have some spinach. I'm just using frozen spinach because, well, it's cheap, it's available, and I don't have to clean it. So beside me, I've got a little stock pot going. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the Italian sausage and just make some real quick little meatballs, just like we did with the Cook Along With Me video. Now, what I'm doing is I'm just dropping them into my stock pot as I make them. I don't have anything in the pot other than a little bit of oil. We're just going to brown these real quick. You don't have to. They will cook in the stock, but it just gives them a nice brown, it gives them that little extra flavor. So taking basically 5 simple ingredients, we can make a great soup. And today, I definitely want to make it because it's cold, it's raining, it's miserable here today. We were saying in our Discord room, 2 weeks ago, we were suffering with 100-degree heat, and today, it's 34. So, a perfect day for soup. So, like I said, I'm just making little meatballs. I'm using the Italian sausage. It's also going to give a nice flavor to the soup. Now, if you want to use veal, that's fine. Just make up some classic meatballs. Mix the veal with an egg, a little bit of Parmesan, or since we're using the pecorino, use the pecorino. I don't know if you can hear the meatball starting to sizzle in the pot. Oh, a bit more. The reason, by the way, we roll these, so they don't fall apart. If we don't roll them, it'll just like break up in the pot a bit. So, now I said 5 ingredients, and I only showed you, well, 4. The other ingredient, and this is probably the closest thing to the original soup, is little tortellini. And the reason they went with tortellini is the rings and the shape and everything. But the soup itself and how it's called wedding soup is actually a really bad translation. Because, like I said, this soup is never served at weddings. The Italian wedding soup is poorly translated from marriage soup. And it was a marriage of a soup with vegetables and meat. That's all. It had nothing to do with weddings. Just gonna get a wooden spoon and just give these a little move around. Don't want them sticking too much. If some stick, doesn't matter. It's all going to come up anyway. We're going to quickly swap the camera around so you can see everything I'm doing right in the pot now, because you didn't really need to see me rolling meatballs. And let's get back to cooking then. So you can see in my pot here, we have just our little meatballs that you're going to get steamed up for sure for a bit. So we're just sort of moving around, letting them brown a little bit. You can see they're getting some color. The little bits here that stick at the bottom, doesn't matter. They're all going to come up Like I say, it's just going to give some extra flavor. If you don't want to roll the meatballs, fine, crumble the meat in there, and away we go. But for what it took, time-wise, no big deal. So I've got enough browning on here. Here you can see one I didn't roll up too well, and it's sort of falling apart. It's fine. It's still going to taste great, and that's all that matters. Next, we're just going to take our beef broth. Yeah, beef broth. And we're going to pour that in. More steam. Okay, I think the camera's not as steamy now. Taking forever to pour out. There we go. These are going to help simmer and cook the meatballs. They're also going to thaw out our puck of spinach. There we go. Let's see, when you buy it, normally comes in 2 big chunks. I'm just going to drop that in there. It's going to thaw. It's going to break up. It's going to do what it has to do. Next, I'm going to give a good healthy shot of black pepper. I'm putting in about a tablespoon because I really like the pepper, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Or put in a bit less. But to me, it just gives a nice little flavor that goes really well with the beef. A little pinch of salt, like half a teaspoon, because the broth is going to be salty, and we don't need to add a ton more salt to this. Now what we're just going to wait is for this to come to a simmer. Then we're going to add our tortellini. Cook them right from frozen in here. If you get dried tortellini, they won't be the same. If you can find either fresh mini tortellini or frozen mini tortellini, that's a better option for you. So this is just going to cook up. Like I said, it's not hard, but it's tradition. This is just going to cook up quickly. Won't take long at all. Let you watch a pot boil, and we'll come back to this when it's at a simmer, and that spinach is all broken up. You can see it's already doing that now. All right. We'll see you all in a little bit. Okay, so as you see, we're coming up to the simmer. It's all nice, starting to bubble away. All those little bits from the meatball are now free. Our chunk of spinach is almost all thawed out in there. And you can see we've got some nice meatballs, with some nice big pieces of spinach in there. If you don't want to use spinach, or if you have, say, fresh kale, go ahead. As long as it's a green, you're okay. Next, we're going to take our pecorino romano and just a grater, and we're going to grate right into the soup. And this is where there we go. Now we're at the boil. You're being totally smoke screened. Turn that down so you can hopefully see a bit. So All you missed was me adding the cheese. So now all the seasoning, all the flavors, everything is in there. We're going to take our fresh tortellini, like I say, our fresh frozen mini tortellini. We're going to dump that in there. That's going to drop the temperature. That was just 1 cup, because this does swell up. Now, if you're going to be making a big batch of this to freeze it, don't add the pasta. Only add the pasta just before you're ready to serve, because otherwise it's going to get really soft and mushy, and the starches in the pasta are going to thicken the soup, and it just won't be as nice. So, this tortellini takes about 8 minutes to cook. We're just going to let it do its thing, and we will see you when the pasta is all done. We're going to dish up a bowl. We're going to have some gorgeous soup. So we'll see you all shortly. And, well, here we are. You can see all the steam coming off, as well as all the steam behind me, and this time it's not in effect. Those who have seen my last video will know what I'm talking about. So we have our gorgeous bowl of soup. I don't want to tip too much, obviously, but we have our tortellini, we have our meatballs, we have that spinach. We cooked it for 6 minutes longer. We wanted that pasta to stay nice and firm. Cooked, but call it al dente plus. So we've got a little bit of everything on there. We've got our tortellini, we've got some spinach, of course we have the broth, we have the meatball. You can smell that pecorino. This is going to be so hot. You can tell this is not Halloween effects. The Italian sausage, just giving it that nice little umph. I just used a sweet Italian sausage. I didn't use spicy. I wanted to. I have in the fridge, but decided to be nice. Got some nice spinach there. Eat your greens. For a day like this, when it's cold, I know it looks super sunny, but that's just the reflection. It's kind of bleh. This is just the perfect soup to warm you up. Serve it up with some little breadsticks, I forgot what they were called, or some real bruschetta, which is just grilled toast, like a grilled baguette, rubbed with garlic and then drizzled with some olive oil. And you've got a lunch that is so filling and so yummy. It's a hug from the inside. Just absolutely perfect. Like I said, this isn't what many of you think is Italian wedding, but this is as close as we're gonna get. So, before this video goes any further, please, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment down below. Are these the videos you like? What do you like about this video? Would you try this soup? Hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the bell notification so you see when I come out with new videos. Normally, once every week. So, until next time, I'm going to go have some lunch. I'm really going to enjoy this. And we will see you all next time. Bye.